The Morro Bay sand spit looks like a giant key laying on its side by the Pacific Ocean. The sand spit rises 80 feet above sea level and is a 10.2 mile out and back trail. An important navigation point amongst mariners is the 576 foot high Morro Bay Rock. In this next segment of the California Coastal Trail, there will be 200 miles of new discovery, starting at Morro Bay at the Montana de Oro State Park, exiting in Ventura, California at Point Hueneme. From Islay Creek Campground and Point Bouchon, I stayed for 2 days in the company of sand dunes, savannas, and coastal sea bluffs with overlooks of the Pacific Ocean. The Montana de Oro State Park is worth exploring. In Spanish, the word Montana de Oro means mountain of gold. And from the look of all the flora and fauna, it is exactly that. We're at Spooner Cove. I'm trying to climb up this rock. One of the main attractions of Montana de Oro State Park is the rock climb located at Spooner Cove, surrounded by beautiful arrangement of cliffs and the abundance of bluff trails. The Montana de Oro State Park is at an entranceway to a restricted area of the Diablo Canyon nuclear power facility. Hikers will have to reroute and navigate around this location. In 8.7 miles is the San Luis Obispo Promenade, which houses an REI, the perfect stop for picking up a fuel canister and trailgaters. While picking up supplies, I went through Google Maps and I made the discovery of trail systems in the Irish Hills of San Luis Obispo. There are 2 entranceways, the Froome Creek Trailhead and the Neil Havlick Way Dirt Road. This is an option that hikers have so they can bypass road walking as they are making their way over to the California Coastal Trail at Avila Beach. You'll come up to the trail sign here and you'll see what looks like a bell, and that's the Filipino Ranch Trail. That's where we're going to. This is awesome that they got these trails here. I haven't seen anybody. It's real mellow, way up above the San Luis Obispo Valley. Beautiful Filipino Ranch Connector Trail. About 1 mile in on the Filipino Ranch Trail, I discovered a small freshwater spring. Good. So, trail runs right by this. I don't know if it's reliable year round. Today's August 14th, 2023. An extra liter that I'm taking with me just in case. You never know. It's hot. From the Johnson Ranch trailhead, it is 2.8 miles to the Bob Jones Trail. We are at the Bob Jones City to the Sea bike trail. This is where we are going to the ridge trail that goes up above Avila. We're going to be tenting up on a ridge about 600 feet. The Bob Jones Trail will connect hikers to the Sycamore Crest Trail at the Secret Garden. This will ascend up into the Ontario Ridge, which offers spectacular views of the Pacific Ocean and the popular Avila Beach, where the California Coastal Trail continues down the coast. For the amount of distance between the restricted area of Avila Beach and Montana Diablo State Park, there is a lot to be discovered. The alternate around the restricted area was well worth the effort. We are here on the Ontario Ridge Trail. We're going to be going down to the pier and take a look at Avila Beach as we continue the California Coastal Trail here in the thick of fog. We're coming down to the entrance where the Bob Jones bicycle lane is at that goes into Avila Beach. Right here off the Bob Jones bicycle trail, you're going to find the Woodstone Marketplace in Delhi. The Bob Jones Trail follows along the path of the San Luis Obispo Creek, where it comes out at Avila Beach Golf Course. Before crossing the bridge, I teed off. So here is the tee off right here. Yeah, check that out, man. It's the tee off. You shoot across here, and what it does is it goes across the creek, and I'll see if I can zoom in. And it goes right over to the other side. I'll tell you, that looks more like a river than it does a creek. That's huge. Whew. At the entrance of the Hartford Pier, there are coin-operated hot showers at the Coastal Gateway building. Hikers coming into the San Luis Port of San Luis, you have showers right here. So the showers are $2. And the laundry room at the Coastal Gateway building. So hikers on the California Coastal Trail or bicyclists coming into Avila, we got washer and dryers right here. $2 for the dryer, like $2 for the washer. Next door to the hot showers at the Coastal Gateway is the Mermaid Market. There is an assortment of snacks, beer, soda, and soft serve ice cream here. I am at a basketball court, playing basketball, wearing a backpack. Why am I doing this? I do not know. From downtown for 1.2 miles, I took the Avila Beach Road to the Cave Landing Road that goes up to the trail turnoff that climbs up to Ontario Ridge. There is no water here on Ontario Ridge, so bring plenty of H2O. Good morning. Today is Wednesday on the Ontario Ridge Trail as we are headed down to Pismo. Pismo Beach Sand Dunes is where we're going to. The morning fog in the summer months along the coast is persistent. I am descending from Ontario Ridge into the community of Pismo Beach, where the beginning of the Oceano Dune State Park begins. I was not aware that we were entering into an area of the California Coastal Trail that is the only place in the entire nation where you can drive your car for 17 miles along the surf of the Pacific Ocean. Once reaching Oceano Dunes coastline at Grover State Beach, the dunes continue into a restricted area of Vandenburg Space Force. Unless a hiker plans on becoming a starfighter, I highly recommend seeking an alternate. Vandenburg Space Force was established in 1941 as a Space Force base. It is the headquarters to Space Launch Delta 30, which manages the Department of Space and Missile Testing, placing satellites into polar orbit from the West Coast and supporting the Minuteman III Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Force. Just up from Grover Beach is the Avila Beach Shopping Center. I found good resupply and groceries and was able to recharge my batteries and do media work at the Starbucks located at the Avila Shopping Center. I will be taking public transportation to get around the Vandenburg restricted area. The number 10 public bus makes direct connections to Santa Maria, which continues to Lompoc Transit Center. This is Beattie Park. This is where I'm at, and this is really nice. It's big. I'm gonna stay here tonight. In the south side of the town of Lompoc, I found shelter at Beattie Park. So you got power outlets, Starbucks, and the grocery outlet is only 1 mile away. Hikers can find everything they need for resupplies here in the town of Lompoc. If you're on the California Coastal Trail, I think this is the last stop for canister fuel until you get to Santa Barbara. This is Noah, you guys. Noah, this is the California Coastal Trail.
Hi, how you doing?
From Beattie Park in Lompoc, it is a total of 19 miles around the restricted area to Jalama Beach and Store. One of my pet peeves in long distance hiking is road walking. I left Lompoc in the evening to trim off from the 19 miles to Jalama Beach. I found a tenting spot along the Pacific Coast Highway 1. We are here up on a hill above the Pacific Coast Highway 1 as we're making our way down to Jalama Road to get back down to the ocean. I have a company of cattle that is right down below trying to figure out what I'm doing. I don't know. Cows. Anyway, this is where I'm tenting tonight.
Not too bad right now.
Is it Jalama or Jalama?
Jalama.
Jalama. You're welcome, thank you. I really love this store. It has everything from Idaho potatoes to the old style Bee Gees analog 8-track tapes. Thank you.
Well, thanks,
Thank you for the Fritos. Hikers, be sure to water up at least 4 to 5 liters of water. The next water location will not be until Gaviota State Park, which is 23 miles from Jalama Beach. For 7 miles, the hike from Jalama Beach goes through beautiful savannas. The land before you will literally open up into new country. I woke up this morning with the sunrise. The outlines of the sunlit shadows and blue skies gave an effect as if I was in another place and time. In the distance, along the line of sight that is between the headlands and the ocean, I thought what I saw seemed to be ship masts. I went out to investigate, and sure enough, it was a ship mast, but not only that, the ship mast of a Spanish explorer. The first sightings of the headlands of Point Conception by a European was on October 18th, 1542, by the Spanish explorer Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo. Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo writes, "We were faced with challenges of strange and unusual places where we found ourselves climbing over steel fences, where we made our way along long steel tracks. We did battle with giant monsters made of metal called Amtraks. Starting from Point Conception in 9.1 miles, I discovered a potable water source at Arroyo San Augustine." We are at San Augustine Beach, and there is water here. There's beach access here, great surfing. San Augustine Beach, let's go see where the water is. I filled up my water bottles here. The next water source is in 9.7 miles at Gaviota State Park and Beach. Gaviota State Park has hiker-biker campsites and hot showers, also beach access. Here's where the mouth of the Gaviota Creek comes out. Hikers will have to navigate to get around the high cliffs and seawalls to the bluff trails. So we're gonna bump on the utility road along the railroad tracks here and continue over. Well, I found a trail going straight up to up here to the bridge, to the utility railroad. We're gonna go up this. All right, we did it. We got to the top where there's just a small side trail here that gets us up to the utility road. Tide's coming in, so it's not passable. The surf is breaking up against the rocks on the bluff. We're going to continue up here on the wonderful utility road along the railroad tracks here. Not too happy with me right now, but there are rattlesnakes here on the California Coastal Trail here on the Santa Barbara coast, so be careful. Well, we've made it to Refugio State Beach. Refugio State Beach and Campground has a hike and bike tent sites. There are hot showers, electricity, and potable water. Whew, boy, what a relief that is. So the hike and bike here at the Refugio State Park is situated right here. Most hike and bike campgrounds through California state parks don't get the best views, and this one has been given a 5-star review with complete shelter. You can always find the hiker-biker campsite by looking for the bear box. This is the Refugio State Park. Highly recommend this. This is probably the most beautiful hike and bike I've seen so far. I am not going to stay here tonight. I'm going to continue to move on. I'm going to be tenting in high ground. I'm going to be going up. This is the Gaviota coast, Santa Barbara coast. They pump all of the oil through a pipeline into the inland to these refineries. You are probably wondering, what does this possibly have to do with hiking the California coast? But then, of course, who would ever think where their oil comes from when they're driving down the road in their car? In the month of November of 2008, the federal offshore tracts produced 66,400 barrels of oil per day. Together, these are the offshore tracts that make up 16% of the state of California's oil production. El Capitan State Beach and Park. As hikers come into the Portola Group tent site area, you will find tenting. We're on the northern end of the state park, and this is where the hiker-biker camp is. So you'll have water when you come here. There's beautiful overlooks, plenty of tables. At the Deus area at El Capitan State Beach, there are public restrooms and potable water. There are restrooms here. You'll be able to get services. You got water? There it is, El Capitan State Beach. We're going to be heading to Goleta. I just got a ride to Goleta. We're about 7 miles out. This guy pulled over and picked me up. We are at Target. There's a Starbucks in here. This Starbucks has power outlets under the table, and there's a grocery section here in Target. So I'm going to go in here and get me a couple things. I took the city bus to the beach town of Carpenteria, where local surfers and crows boast of excellent cheeseburgers. If you are looking for a place to escape the crowds at the Carpenteria campground, the Bluff Trails offer seclusion. With savannas and meadows, it is a great place to find rest. The Bluff Trails going through Carpenteria Nature Preserve connect at Rincon Point, where there is potable water. In the distance is Rincon Island, a small 2.3-acre artificial island. The bridge to Rincon Island is 3,000 feet from shore, constructed in 1958 for the specific reason of well drilling, oil, and gas production. Hikers on the California Coastal Trail, when you come into Hobson Park, it's an RV camp area. They have the Hobson Grill and Pizza Shack here. There's water also at the Hobson camp, so you might want to water up. This is about 2.5 miles south of Rincon Point. Rincon Point. There'll be water here, just in case you're wondering where the next water source is. There's the menu for the Hobson Grill and Pizza. There's also showers here. Yeah, they got cold water right here. So, they also got the water bottle. The water bottle there. Anyway. Hikers coming into Faria Beach Park. You're going to see cell towers, and you're going to see this caged area. Cell towers right here as you're hiking along, and I highly recommend a stop off here if you're looking for a place to maybe call it the night or rest. I'm going to tent here tonight, There's an open field and a dirt road that goes through the towards the back. Right here, across from the Faria Park is right over there. The cell towers are over on this side, but you're gonna find all sorts of places to tent here. It's just getting to it. You're gonna have to know how to bushwhack through. Here's a large open field. This is where I'm gonna tent. I'm gonna tent here tonight with this complete view of the Ventura Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Right across the street from Faria Beach, you're gonna find this awesome hiker, even bicycle place. I can't see the ocean. Where'd everything go? Everything disappeared. We're at Mondo's Beach. I just talked to a local here, and he said that it's a beach where a lot of surfers that are being taught, where there's teaching. Look at all these surfers out here. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Mondo's School of Surfing right here at Mondo Beach. This is the Ventura River Beach Camp here along the California Coastal Trail. There's a water spigot, so there is water. Welcome to Point Hueneme, the winner circle of the last 200 miles of the California Coastal Trail. Out in the distance, past the two smokestacks of the Gen X Utility Company, are the Santa Monica Mountains. I will be entering there at Point Mugu State Park, going in on the Backbone Trail through the Santa Monica Mountains and exiting at the Tijuana River Park border of Mexico. If you have somehow managed to watch the entirety of this video, then you have just completed 200 miles of a journey. Be sure to make good use of the resource information provided in this presentation. Water location. Okay, so you got water for El Capitan State Beach. Water here at St. Augustine. Buses and public transportation.
Hi, how you doing?
And especially the alternate trail information that gets hikers around the restricted areas without compromise or road walking. See you in the next discovery of the California Coastal Trail.